Hi, thanks for watching Guns and Watches. Today I am reviewing a watch that everybody can afford. The Islander Mitchel DayT automatic field watch with blue dial and day date display. ISL-194. Isn't that a mouthful? But I'm also reviewing the Stanwich watch strap in navy blue from North Street Watch Collection. I'm going to explain why I'm reviewing both together, but really watch strap, it's kind of hard to give a long review on a watch strap other than this thing is just pure luxury, 100% recommend right out of the gate. So why the watch? I've been watching watch channels, and I really have a penchant for dress watches, and I have a penchant for convincing myself that I'm going to wear these dress watches every day of the week when I am not going to do that. Um, I have quite a few really nice watches, and I found that I was taking them off all the time, and I needed to have something that was a mechanical watch with a date complication, easy to read, tough enough to make it through whatever I did every day, and inexpensive enough that I didn't care. Because there are some equivalent models to the Islander that are quite a bit more expensive. We're talking 550 and up for an equivalent model. So there's a big selling point right there, is that this watch retails for 229 bucks when it could fetch 550 without batting an eye. It could easily fetch 550. The competition is charging 550 for an equivalent watch, and I couldn't really find one that had the date on it at the same time, even for the 550 bucks. So it kind of narrowed itself down pretty quick as to what I was going to buy. Now, there's a big boon here to Long Island Watch for offering such watches at such reasonable prices. So I found them because I was watching these videos, and I find this guy named Mark who's really down to earth, a big open book, and he's got a watch store. And you know, I dropped in there and I saw this watch online, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. And now I'm an owner. So why the strap? Okay. Now keep in mind, if I say anything negative about the Islander watch, it retailed for 229 bucks. Oh, and I got the coupon for 5% off a week after I bought the watch. Thanks, Mark. But it's 229 bucks. So a lot would have to be wrong with this watch to make it not worth 229 bucks. You're starting with something that its peers are in the $500 range. So I had to get a strap because the strap that came on the Islander started falling apart on day one. The keeper, the first keeper on the strap, the one that's fixed in position, wasn't stitched together before they closed up the watch, so it fell out day one. I tried to put it back with some glue. That didn't work. Then the second keeper started fraying. Then the watch band itself started fraying within a week. And I was using a cigarette lighter to burn the little burnt ends down and keep it from fraying. And so that was the end of that. I needed to have a strap that's going to last forever, and something that's going to fit well with this watch. So I went with the North Street watch, 100% American made watch strap. There are only a couple of people out there doing that, my friends. And if you want American made, US made, handmade in the US with US cows, US everything, US steel on this watch, you need to go with the North Street Watch collection. There are others out there who do offer this, but they're always out of stock. And then there are other companies who make it look like they're made in America or even made in Europe, but they're really reselling Chinese stuff. So if you want a US made strap, um, North Street Watch is the place to be. And by the way, I do all this stuff because I pay list price, or I pay the lowest price I can get legitimately for this stuff. When I start heaping praise on people, you might think that I'm getting a break or getting a deal or something. I am not. The North Street Watch people have been begging me to do a written review uh, since I bought the strap. I'm going to surprise them with this video. But yeah, the North Street Watch is one of the very few companies offering 100% US made leather straps. And you have to get their NSW collection. This is the Stanwich in navy blue, and it is simply exquisite. It is you're not gonna find a better piece of leather. You might find it equal. You're not gonna find better. It's very better. It's very soft. It's very robust, and I've been wearing it now for a month with wanton disregard for my activities, and it doesn't even have a scratch on it. Um, it's pure luxury, and only you're gonna know. And that's part of being mature right there. When you get some luxury stuff, a lot of people get luxury stuff and they want everybody to see that they're fancy pants thing or they're the car they drive or whatever. This is the low key luxury that only you are going to know. One note is that I am a 7 1/4 inch wrist, and that results exactly in the middle hole on this strap attached to this watch. It that brings more satisfaction than you could know. 7 1/4 inch wrist, I don't think is big, but on every other watch strap, I'm usually on the last two holes and the little thing is dangling out and it doesn't fit. So this watch strap, if you are to buy one, is significantly long enough for even if you had a 7 3/4 inch wrist. If you have a smaller wrist, it's going to work too because there's holes underneath it. Um, I'm a really big fan of buying American. If I can't buy American, then I'm going to buy as American as I can, and then it drops down to European and Canadian, and before I even have to, buy the Chicom stuff. So, if you want to go USA, North Street Watch is the place to be. So, as you're looking at the video of the watch, that is what it looks like right now in its current and final form after being worn for a month, 2 months. It's been a month with the North Street watch, so it's a little longer with the without it. And this is it. This is the way this watch is going to be. This is how it's set up and how I'm going to wear it for years to come. Um, the point of this setup is that I really wanted something to wear every day, something that's literally every day. I know these very wealthy watch reviewers try to say something is an everyday watch that is a dress watch. This is not that. This is attractive enough to wear whenever you want to wear it. Um, but I needed to wear it when doing heavy yard work, repairs to my deck, traveling, at work, scrimmaging volleyball, everywhere without considering taking it off. And that's what I've been doing. Okay, that's the whole entire point of this setup. With my Seikos and my Tissot, I found myself taking them off all the time to protect them. The watches aren't fragile. I just didn't want to bang something up that was that nice and that expensive. But taking them off all the times means that they could get lost or stolen, and more importantly, they're not being used properly. So I needed a really tough watch that I didn't care too much about, and the Islander did the trick. 229 for an automatic watch is pretty much unheard of, let alone one with sapphire front and back and screw down crown. The brushed stainless is tough. I have smacked this watch on the side of my car, on other stuff, and there's no marks in it whatsoever, as you will see in the videos and the close-up photos. The Stanwich strap has the built-in quick-release bars, so I just pull off the strap and put the watch under water with some hand soap after I get particularly dirty. But that is how I am using this setup. I'm using it as an everyday field watch as it is intended to be. If you're into lume, if you're into the glow in the dark stuff, this watch has it in spades. It looks really, really cool when it's glowing in the dark. Um, I'm not into lume because that only lasts about 30 minutes tops. I don't know what the point is. I don't get it. Maybe it's for divers or something. But if I wanted to watch with a backlight on it, I would buy one. If I needed to see time at night, it would probably even be an Apple Watch or an Iron Man or something of that sense. So this is called a field watch because it's patterned after military watches, and I chose the blue because the black and white ones look too much like military watches. Watch, one each. The blue is very striking while maintaining full usefulness. There is no glare on this watch. There's none. And that's because of the matte finish of the numerals and the uh, hands and the face is not shiny. It's not has no reflection on it, and it's very clear, very easy to see, even in the daylight. That's one reason why I have a Tissot Gentleman that is dang near useless in the daylight. It has a very obtuse bezel that is mirror finished with a mirror finish on the indices, a mirror finish on the hands, and a reflective green dial. So that watch is good at signaling for aircraft to come and rescue you in the daylight. This is the opposite of that, the full blown opposite of that. It's very attractive, but incredibly, incredibly useful. Always amused at these military watches that have a 24 at the top of it. Those of us who were in the military and know how to use a 24-hour clock understand that after 23:59, clocks display 0000. That's the start of the day. It starts at 0. So that's amusing, but this is how military watch dials are made, and so that's how this one is. The day of the week complication was a mandatory. The rest of my watches only have date. This one has the day date, and I forget the day of the week more than I do the date. Uh, Even much higher priced field watches did not have this complication, so they kind of ruled them out. But the positioning of it at the 6 o'clock position is very unique and very well received. The movement is a Seiko TMI NH36 Alpha. TMI means it's made by a Seiko subsidiary in Hong Kong and is the least expensive version of the NH movements available, which is just fine. Remember, the watch retails for $229, and I bought it because if it breaks or if I smash the darn thing, I'm not going to lose my mind. It is a Seiko movement, and it works very well and perfectly functional. I put every watch through kind of a baseline stats when I get a new mechanical watch. I wear it at least for 20 minutes and take a reading about accuracy for 10 days. I try to wear the whole thing for 10 days. I let it run out of juice to test the power reserve, and this one checks all the boxes. The only thing on the TMI movement is that it is made in Hong Kong, not Japan, which is kind of a drag because Hong Kong's part of China now. And the other thing is it's got some tool marks on it. It's not polished like a 4R35 would be. But again, who cares? That's even on some expensive guns I have aren't finished on the inside, and who cares? It's the inside, right? I know the case back is sapphire and see-through, but you really got to get a magnifying glass on there to see any type of burrs. I was just pointing out that they do exist and that there is a drop down. But as long as the thing is functional, who really cares? For accuracy, like I said, I have a homemade testing protocol for mechanical watches, and I baseline each new one for 10 days. That's simply because I want to know what I have works before I put it on, before I wear it, and before I use it too much. I want to know the thing works. And so I actually baseline this one for a few days without even unwrapping it, as you can see in the box pictures here throughout. I was testing it without fully unwrapping it because I didn't want to void any type of a warranty or anything if it was junk. I mean, seriously, $229 for an automatic watch. Yeah, you do got to be a little suspicious, okay? That's one thing that might be putting people off from buying this watch is that it's too good to be true. And an actual mental thought that I had when looking at it. Like, wait a minute, the Hamilton is 550. Oh, okay, the Seiko, not the Seiko cheapy Seiko, but the Seiko field watch with the 4R35 and the sapphire, it's $500, right? All these other watches are $500, and this guy comes in at 229, and you're like, oh, okay, what's the catch? What's the catch? Well, the catch is the guy he just wants to sell watches. That's the catch, and he's bringing you a great value. Um, the Mitchell, when I did the baseline test and the real test is when we're actually running it for 10 days, like a normal watch, and the Mitchell lost 53 seconds in 10 days. So that's 5.3 seconds, which is almost exactly what the accuracy app on my phone shows today when I'm recording this. And the accuracy app is a $1 thing. that you can, if you get a quiet place, you can just throw your phone's microphone on the case back of any mechanical watch, and it's going to tell you how accurate it is. Now, an interesting thing here is that all three of my current mechanical watches show much better uh, accuracy on the face than when you wear them. That makes perfect sense because these things are going to be final tuned in a watch case on their face. So that's when they're going to be tuned up at the shop. So just keep that in mind. And so the Mitchell, and it does, if you store it on its face, if I store mine on its face, it's only a couple seconds slow a day, maybe 3 or 4. When I wear it, it's 5 to 7 seconds slow a day, which is completely fine for a $229 wristwatch. I mean, really, some people pay enormous amounts of money to get a watch that's less than 10 seconds a day. The only bad thing about the watch was that the strap it came with. That strap is almost toy level cheap. But again, the watch costs $229, and the rest of it is significantly worth more than that. If you want a tough, attractive mechanical watch to wear all the time, this is it. And the blue coloring is really, really eye-catching and sharp. I found the Islander watches because their owner's YouTube channel and the remarkable education that he provides. His openness and the videos he puts out are a driving factor in the purchase. I've got to include that because when you go buy boutique, or what, I don't know what the other word is for it, micro brand, I think is their jazzy little industry word for it. But when you go boutique and you go buy something off the beaten path, you are kind of going to rely on the owner and the salesman, and he is definitely that, and appears to be a very genuine guy. If this guy is not a genuine guy after all these videos that he makes, that would be very, very shocking. So to close it up, the blue-faced Islander is very, very nice to look at. The brush steel with an acutely chamfered bezel. Acutely meaning that it rises sharply on the sides of it, rather than obtuse like the Tissot Gentleman's bezel is facing you. It's a mirror that's actually facing you, where this bezel is actually quite sharp, and it gives a very dramatic presentation of the watch face and maximizes the dial view of the 39-40 millimeter case diameter. I think it's right in the middle of that. The large face with the large numerals are really easy to read. The blue Stanwich looks like it belongs on this watch. It really, if I didn't tell you that this strap didn't belong with this watch, you would think that they were made together. They were not. The Stanwich is just absolutely attractive and impeccably comfortable and luxurious. You will not want to own a different watch strap if you get one of these, but the good news is they make more than one. So this is going to be my daily driver for years to come, and hopefully the next time I talk about this watch, it's maybe a year old and looks the same. I want to thank you for watching Guns and Watches. I would really love for some likes, some subscribes, or even some animosity. Throw me something. Let me know you're out there.